Hey everyone, meet Bella, my beautiful little girl. That's right, it's Jenny B, Jenny with an I. And I'm going to do a still life for you today. I wanted to produce a program that showed you different subject matter and different ways of approaching when you're painting in pastels. One of the best mediums ever. Okay, so right now I'm just laying in nice big bold strokes the background. Now it is quite a dark background for this particular painting, and I'm going to overlay that colour with a couple of more colours, which is why you don't see me pushing the pastel into the paper at this point. In the meantime, in the in-between bits, I'm actually just working my way around. There will be a lot of pencil work in this particular painting, mainly because it's a bit fiddly. So that's the wonderful thing about pastels. I don't actually need to jump up and find a rigger brush. I can actually just get out a pencil. So laying in my darker tones here. How are you all today? I do want to give a big shout out and a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting my channel. I certainly appreciate it. I really do, and so does little Bella. Now this painting is now going to be part of a series, so nice, short, sweet. And the reason it's going to be part of a series, you'll find out right at the end. So consider it a bit of a mystery, people. Yep, we're talking mystery time. So laying in that pastel, you can see now that I've put in quite a warm brown and a cooler, lighter tone of brown at the bottom there in the corner. And just quite simply by using my soft tool sponge, I've softened all that down. So that's the second layer. And what I'm using there is actually a little lens cleaner for my cameras. And I use that to actually move the dust around. So I have to get another one for my cameras. Sadly, Santa isn't giving me any more presents. Okay, now I'm sorry about any traffic noise. Obviously this is going to be a still life of flowers, and I'm just popping in the vase. Now this is very similar to that other painting I did, which I did in acrylics, which was sunflowers. And how this one actually came about was that once I finished painting the acrylic version, I came down the next day and the flowers were sitting in a totally different position, and that often happens when you're dealing with a floral still life and you're painting from life. And I just thought, oh, that is a beautiful composition. So time to pick up the pastels and have a go. If you don't know what I'm referring to, I'm going to stick a link in the description somewhere. I am very much technology challenged. Now because I have to get around some of the little petals of the flowers, I've actually chosen to get out my pencils and work that way. You can see that I'm rubbing back as I go, even on the pastel pencils, and that's simply because I'm layering as I go. I want to, in the end, have a very natural looking painting, and by using layers I get that way. Now, I don't have to do it that way. I could actually just put the paintings, put the pigments on, and go for a more impressionistic sort of look. However, I am quite partial to my realism, so this is the method I use. Doesn't mean it's the method that you have to use. It's everybody's a little bit different, but I think it's nice to have something to follow on with. Well, that scared me. That was Bella doing her job. Not only is she head of PR, she's also head security, and there is a leaf outside that needs to be dealt with immediately. So I do apologise for that. There is no stopping the nature of the beast. Art is like life. It's always challenges, and you can see that I'm working closely in here, in and around these leaves. And this is because what I'm putting in now is fundamentally a mid-ground. So I've dealt with my background and I'm moving towards my mid-ground. You often hear of people speak about this when composing on a landscape, but it's just as important when you're doing a still life, a portrait, or any painting really, no matter what medium you work in or what style you work in. You can see me coming in with some of my biggest sticks now. So this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful colour. And it's by Unison. It was one of the extra sticks that Santa let me pick up on the day. He's a good Santa. With petals, often depending on the shape of the petal, you can be better off to pull it out or push it in. So you can see there that there's a range of different directions that the petals are taking as they're chasing the light. So obviously the sunflowers, and with sunflowers there's always a lot of movement in them. And there's also, you know, it had been sitting there for a couple of days as I painted it in acrylic. And there's always this directional of finding the light. And normally it's natural light only that they're attracted to. Now guys, I am providing this video to you. I absolutely love it and I hope to continue, and I also hope that you will support me. No man is an island, let alone a woman. So if you really like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, encourage me to produce some more. In certain areas, I've brought some of that dark colour that I used in the background into the foreground, and again overlaying it with different shades so that you get that beautiful rich texture. Now, not all leaves are green. Some of them are going to be a cool green, some of them are going to be a warm green, some of them are going to be a yellow green, some of them are going to be a green, some of them are going to be a blue green. You know, it's endless. So the one thing is, it's like when you study faces, you know instinctively what is correct and what's not, even if you don't understand why. And that's because your eye has been looking at leaves or looking at faces all of your life, no matter how old you are. So there is an instinctive, I call it an instinctive measure in which your eye recognises what's correct and what's not. But it's actually built up of years and years and years, so that that information is contained in your brain. So automatically, if I showed you a white leaf, for instance, you'd know that that isn't a leaf that's associated with a sunflower. So getting those tones and colours is correct as possible is a great idea. However, that does not mean that if you prefer to have white leaves that you shouldn't have white leaves. I'm only showing you what I do. Any questions at all? Don't forget to sing out. Let me know. I'm on Facebook and Insta, and I really love to hear from you all. And just as I'm about to continue with this, camera failure. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.